Okay.
Keyshawn Nixon recently went on with Kay Adams and was talking about Deebo Samuel and the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you cue it up for the people who haven't heard it?
All right. It's in the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams and Keyshawn Nixon, and these are his comments.
Saying the Packers let the Niners off the hook last season. Are you more excited about the Week 12 matchup against them than Brazil?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
I've been having to hear from Debo and Diamador Lenore all summer, so I'm kind of sick of hearing them. So they got to come to Lambeau and see us.
I can't believe what kind of text is Debo? I feel like Debo is he came on my show every day he's very short and sweet and direct, but I don't know how he has time to just keep up with everybody the way he does.
Debo's annoying.
What is he saying? Like he's texting you or DMing you? What is it?
Nah, he likes FaceTime. He wants to like talk crazy in your face.
After a game or what?
Oh no, he couldn't talk crazy after the game. We put him out.
Well, of course. Ooh, wait. Why is he annoying? Because he just wants to have it out. But you answered the FaceTime, Keyshawn.
Yeah. We played college together, so that's my boy.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see that being run back. Week 12, I think it is. Week 11, Week 12, late in the season, meaningful game. That'll be amazing. Maybe even better than Brazil to open it up.
This is Josh Allen's offense.
That's it. Those are the comments. So what do you think?
Well, when I read the comments, it sounded like he was mad, but it's like, it's good natured. They're friends. They played at South Carolina together for 2 years. They FaceTime each other, but it sounded like like when he said that Debo's really annoying and then you have to hear from it. It sounded real.
Right. Yeah.
Like it hurts.
I mean, yeah, like that part of it sounded like he wanted to at least like make it full stop. Like, yeah. I do feel serious about this aspect of the ribbing. Like I'm dead serious about this. And
he mentioned Lenore too, who's not necessarily his friend.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man, the boys chirp. We're known to be a talkative team. We kind of leaned into it. I think it's pretty safe to say that we are a talkative team, and we leaned into it with the Philadelphia game, right? That was a time for us to really kind of be quiet, be inside of our own shell. And what ended up happening essentially is that we doubled down. And the worst thing of all happened is that they were rewarded with it. So they went and actually stomped the mud hole of Philadelphia. So this is just more of what they are. These guys like to chirp. That's what they do.
Yeah. So, okay. It's good-natured chirping. Still, though, I don't think it's smart on Keyshawn Nixon's part. Like, this is the mistake that the Eagles made and that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson made. The thing about the 49ers is that Deebo Samuel may not be their best player, but he can be. You know what I mean? He can be. He can take over games, and he does it less frequently these days. But if you make it personal with him, you're just asking for him to like have his one great game of the season against you. And that means you're going to lose. So I think it would be the best thing to do with the Niners is just praise Deebo. He plays so hard. He plays through the whistle. I mean, as good of a receiver he is, he's an even better blocker. That's what you do.
Well, I'm going to push back. I think that there is a side of this where put yourself in Green Bay's shoes. They feel like they gave that game away against us in the playoffs. They don't feel like they got beat. They feel as though that they had the game in control, and down the stretch, they gave the game away to us. They had us on our heels, and they're keeping the same energy. As a matter of fact, isn't it the Packers who in their preseason, like their opening remarks for their preseason, I mean, not their preseason, but their offseason, we're saying that like, yo, we're trying to go to Super Bowl this year. We are a Super Bowl team. So this is just more of the same. And we've been a part of this, Grant. This type of attitude doesn't start in camp. It carries over. Like they don't give it up. They don't play it down. We try our best to talk to them, to talk a virtue signal towards, all right, well, the guys need to decompress and they need to just put the season down and come. No, they keep the same energy. They understand how they lost. And I wouldn't expect anything less from a team that feels as though that they let a game get slipped through their hands. And let's be honest, it's more than just a game. It's the entire narrative, right? Your head coach is kind of like the little son of your coach. And like, we've come in here, you guys beat us, literally throwing the ball 8 times. Like you came into our home and beat us at home, right? In our conditions, right? And beat us. So the Packers, if you're looking at the Packers, we are to them what the Chiefs are to us. And I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah. It seems kind of like the Niners have been sort of beating their chest as the class of the NFC and arguably the NFL, at least in their eyes, for years.
Right.
And now I think the rest of the teams or the other contenders in the NFC aren't necessarily as intimidated. Like the Packers played the Niners in the playoffs, and it was real close. Like you said, the Packers feel they lost the game more than the Niners won it. I think the Lions feel the same way. And so the Niners are the team with the target on their back that everyone's gunning for. Last year was the Eagles. And we saw how that went for them. They ran out of gas and they crashed and burned. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Niners got to play the Packers like in the second half of the year when, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
We're going to see if they're still the same comprised team that they were when they started the season. So it's going to be interesting. But, it's good ribbing. I don't think it's anything that's actually like bulletin board material. I don't even think he said anything that the Niners don't even already know, right? Most of what he was talking about is how he feels based off of how the Niners have treated him. Like he talks too much. These boys always chirping. So it really wasn't even like an attack. It was more along the lines of him saying like, I ain't no punk. Like these boys, like I understand how they come at me. You know what I mean?
But also, like the Niners and Packers have something in common. Neither one have won a Super Bowl. But the Niners are the team that walks around and talks like they did. And I think it's probably pretty annoying. And you can't say much when they beat you because they're better than you. But at the same time, it's like, man, who do you really think you are? Like you squeaked by us last year. You're not champions. Can't wait to like that game is clearly the Packers Super Bowl. Remember last year when the Niners went to Philly? That was their Super Bowl. At least
exactly.
We had the other Super Bowl, but that was their first Super Bowl, and they won that game. When the Niners went to Green Bay, that's Green Bay's Super Bowl.
100%, and they're going to be gunning for us. But you look at it, Grant, they ain't alone, right? Dallas feels that way about us, right? Detroit feels that way about us. Right.
The Rams.
Seattle feels like that about us. The Rams feel that way about us. Like if you think about it, the Niners have these personal little tropes with teams where you got to be dangerous because they care more than the Niners do. Right. They're being watched. Like the Niners are kind of like, in a sense, we're trying to get past and get over the hump to win a championship. But all of the teams behind us, they look at us like gatekeepers, right? And we're in the way, right? Especially on the NFC side of things. We're in the way.
And the Niners are the oldest team in the league. So it's almost like, is this the year that we can take them down? And Keyshawn Nixon is talking like it is. I mean, the Packers, if you look at them, they were the youngest team in the league last year or close to it. I think they have one player on their entire 90-man roster who's not in his 20s. So could be a changing of the guard this year. It still does seem like the Niners are the best team in the league on paper and that their issues that have prevented them from winning the Super Bowl may not be personnel. But before we move on, I want to take some supers. Can you read that? What does that say?
CJ95199 says Brandon Ayuk.
Ooh, that's negative 1 point for you. Sorry.
Oh!
You fell for it. What is it? Sorry. I might win today. Kyle Green says,
I'm gonna tell you what got me. You know what got me? I'm gonna tell you what got me. What got me is that Larry, I do shows with Larry on Saturdays, and he can't read the super chats. You dick.
I was thinking about it for minutes too. I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm like, can you read that? And it worked. Oh, so glad.
And the way you looked at it is like you looked at it like you were like sight impaired. You're like, can you?
It's 2 words. I can't.
1-0. Let's go.
The game is on.
Let's go.
Kyle Green says, I'm coming to SF to watch Monday night against the Jets. We're staying in SF. Any suggestions for hotels? Is Union Square better or Fisherman's Wharf? Also, any recommendations for good restaurants? Most of the hotels are in the financial district. So I don't know. Like they're all kind of the same. Whatever one you get a good rate at. I know there's kind of an old one, the Hilton, that's like right in between the financial district and North Beach and Chinatown, which is a really cool place to be because all the good Italian restaurants are in North Beach and all the good Chinese restaurants are in Chinatown, and there's cool stuff in financial district too. So I would go there-ish. And I mean, just look up like Eater or there's so many good restaurants. You can't go wrong. Kyle. But I'm a big fan of like R&G Lounge. It's an old San Francisco staple. It's a Chinese restaurant. And then in North Beach, I mean, Original Joe's is kind of classic too. Tony's Pizza. Sorry. That's just, he's Baltimore.